Hey guys! So today I'm going to show you my first impressions of the number 7 Stay Perfect Foundation and the number 7 Radiant Glow Concealer. I picked both of these up at Ulta and I've never tried this brand before, so I'm really excited to try it out. First of all, I think that the packaging is really pretty. I love the packaging. It looks really high-end and expensive, but they're a drugstore brand, I believe. They sell them at Target and now Ulta. I'm not sure where else they sell them, but I know for sure they sell them at those two places. So this is how my face turned out using this foundation and concealer. So if you'd like to see how it applied and my thoughts on the products, then please keep watching. So I already prepped my face with the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. I really like this because it really makes your skin feel super smooth and blurs your pores and everything. So now I'm going to go in with the foundation. This is the number 7 Stay Perfect Foundation, and this one says it is for all skin types. It has medium coverage and it has SPF 15 sunscreen and it is hypoallergenic. So it sounds pretty good. I'm excited to give this a try. I haven't used anything from the brand number 7 before. This packaging looks really nice, especially considering that this is kind of like one of the drugstore foundations, but it's more on the high end of drugstore foundations, if that makes sense. This was, I believe, $16. I think it was $16. I got it at Ulta. I got it at Ulta because I was there just looking around and I saw this there, and I think that they just started selling it there because I don't remember ever seeing the brand number 7 at Ulta before. Maybe it was just new to the store that I go to, but I had never seen it there before. I've only seen this brand at Target before, but I was really curious to give it a try because it looks so nice, and I've seen some other people use it on YouTube, but I haven't heard a lot from it, so I wanted to just give it a try. So I got the shade Warm Ivory. This was the latest one that they had that was more on the warm tone side. The other shades they had were more cool toned, so I got the lightest one they had for warm tone skin. Hopefully this will be good for me. The packaging is so pretty. It looks so nice and looks like it's a high-end brand. So I'm going to shake it up, and then I think I'm going to do one side of my face with a beauty blender. Well, this isn't actually a beauty blender, it's the Ulta Beauty version of a beauty blender. I think I'm going to do one side of my face with the beauty blender, and then I'm going to do the other side of my face with this brush from Crown Brush. It's the BoxyCharm Crown Brush collaboration. I've been really liking using this brush for foundation lately. On this side I will do the sponge, and then on this side I will do the brush. So actually it looks pretty good as far as color. It might be a tad bit too dark. Probably make it work once I set it and everything. It looks really moisturizing and hydrating on the skin. I would definitely say it is more medium coverage. I'm gonna see if it's buildable though. I can still see some discoloration showing through. Okay, so that's it for the beauty blender side. Now I'm going to use the brush. It seems like it blends out pretty well so far with the brush. I'm going to try to add a little bit more though. Okay, so I think I prefer using the brush to blend out this foundation just because I feel like the sponge absorbed a lot more product. This one I had to use like 3 or 4 pumps of product on this side of my face, which is a lot because it felt like it was just soaking into the sponge. You can see there's a lot of product on the sponge still, but on the brush I only had to use I think 2 pumps of application on the brush. So I think I would definitely going forward use the brush rather than the sponge, but they both worked well to give like an even coverage and finish. It just this wasted less product though. So next I'm going to try out the concealer. I got the number 7 Radiant Glow Under Eye Concealer, and this one is also hypoallergenic. It says press the button on the bottom and dot lightly wherever required. For best results, apply over the top of your match made foundation, and to keep your concealer in the best condition, wipe the brush dry with a clean tissue after each use. So this is the concealer. Packaging is really pretty and it has a little button on the bottom that you're supposed to press. So it has like a brush tip applicator, so I'm gonna push it. So for the concealer, I just clicked it a few times to get the product to start coming out. So I'm going to apply it to my under eyes. So that looks pretty good so far. I still see a little bit of my dark circles peeking through, so I'm gonna try applying a little bit more. So I actually really like how that looks so far. I'm gonna do the other side now. And I'm just going to set that with my Cinema Secrets Ultra Lucent Setting Powder in the Colorless shade. Okay, so far for this concealer, I don't think it's full coverage. It's more like medium coverage, but it's a little bit buildable. But I do like how it's so creamy and lightweight. It's a very blendable, lightweight, really like thin concealer, and it feels really nice on your under eyes. It doesn't feel drying or cakey or anything like that. So if you like really thin, kind of lightweight concealers for your under eyes, I think you could really like this product. And I forgot to mention before that I got the shade 10, which was the lightest shade they had. The only thing about this is that I'm not sure how long it's gonna last, because to get this much coverage, I had to use quite a bit of product. And it says that there's 2.5 mils in this, and compared to my Tarte Shape Tape, the Tarte Shape Tape has 10 mils. So this is 1/4 the size of this. So actually, if you were to multiply this by 4, it would be way more expensive than the Tarte Shape Tape. But the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer is 5 mils, so this is double the size. So this would be more comparable in price if you were to double this one. So I'm not sure how long this is going to last. I guess I'll have to see. In my experience, these types of pen clickable products that have the brush applicator, they tend to not last that long for me. So I'll see. But I do like the product. I think it works really well, and it does give a really nice brightening effect to your under eyes. So for the rest of my face to conceal, I'm going to just use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral. I just want to see how this blends out on top of the foundation. So I think that the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer blended out pretty well on top of this foundation. This is a foundation that I feel like concealers and cream products are going to blend really well on top of it. The only thing is I forgot that the Tarte Shape Tape, since it's so thick and it's a very full coverage formula, once you apply it, you want to blend it really fast. I forgot to do that. That's why I don't have that great of blending in some areas, but I'm going to set my face and hopefully that will go away. Okay, so once I set it with the powder, I feel like it looks a little bit better. I really like this foundation and concealer. My under eyes look pretty nice. They don't look too dark right now. I do have like an issue with dark circles under my eyes, as you probably could tell. And I like the finish that the foundation gives your skin. And I was saying before that it looked very like dewy and hydrating before, but once it kind of sets down a little bit, even before I set it with powder, it started looking like it was starting to set down, and it still gave like a dewy finish, but it didn't feel as tacky. So now I'm gonna just contour my face real quick. So I'm gonna use my new Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter palette. I'm gonna use the powder products in here. So I'm gonna go into the medium contour here. And then I'm using the light contour shade over here. So I just finished doing the rest of my makeup after doing the contour, and I really like how this foundation and concealer turned out. I think it looks really good. It has really good coverage, and all the products I used on top of it blended out really well, and they like all applied really well together. The only thing is, if your skin is a little bit fairer than mine, the lightest one might not work for you, because I got the lightest shade of concealer, which was number 10. It was okay for me, but if you have lighter skin than mine, it might not work for you. I really like this foundation and concealer. I'm really happy with both of them, and I think that the packaging is so pretty, especially for the price that they are, since they are kind of like a drugstore product. Let me know in the comments if you've tried out this brand before, and if you have any other recommendations on other products from this brand. I would love to hear what you recommend so I could try out new products. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!